Today on America's Court with Judge Ross.
What was it about Miss Willis that made you go, she's the one?
I love her.
You love her? Okay, well, that's a good place to start. And?
She's beautiful.
And?
Wonderful person.
And?
Got a good heart, too.
Good
Beautiful
heart.
on the inside.
Okay.
You know?
So why are we here?
She called it off.
In my courtroom, it's about equity and fairness.
Stop. Is that true?
I don't want you to understand. I want you to overstand.
Yes, sir.
That's why they pay me the big bucks. Justice should be more than just some foreign concept. I actually want you to learn something.
That's not going to happen. Not up in here. Not today. And boom goes the dynamite.
Fair, firm, compassionate. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Sarah Willis claims that when her ex-fiancé proposed, she thought he had picked a unique ring just for her, and says she found out he lied at their engagement party. Ms. Willis is suing Miles Collins in the amount of $1,451.06.
All rise. Remain standing and come to order. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Kevin Ross presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
All parties have been sworn, Your Honor.
Third Deputy Thomas.
All right, Miss Willis, you want your money.
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Collins doesn't want to pay you the money, and this is all about engagement rings.
Yes.
Talk to me. What's going on?
It started with an engagement party that we threw, some close friends and family.
How long have the two of you been together?
2 years.
2 years.
Yes.
And were you ready to move forward in this area in terms of marriage?
I was, Your Honor.
You were?
Yes.
All right. And Mr. Collins, at some point you asked her to marry you.
Correct, Your Honor.
And what was it about Miss Willis that made you go, she's the one?
I love her.
You love her? Okay, well, that's a good place to
wonderful.
start. And?
She's beautiful.
And?
Wonderful person.
And?
Got a good heart, too.
Good
Beautiful
heart.
on the inside.
Okay. So why are we here?
She called it off.
She called it off. What did you do? Because, it's always us guys. We always do something wrong. What did you do?
She felt unsatisfactory about the engagement ring.
She wasn't happy with the ring. Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
What was it about the ring that didn't meet your satisfaction?
Well, it was the same engagement ring that he had previously used for his ex-fiancée.
Not the exact same.
And didn't tell me.
And if the audience, especially the women in the audience's reaction is any indication, that is not going to go over well. So you were previously engaged.
Correct.
How long ago?
4 years ago.
4 years ago. And what happened with that situation?
She married a sailor in the Navy.
She got married to someone else.
Yes, sir.
And said, I'm out. See ya. I'm on to the man who's going to be sailing the seas.
Yes.
Okay. You got the ring back.
Yes, I have a picture of it.
All right, I'll take a look at that. Sure, let me see it. Because
anything else you want to give?
once you paid for
This is the ring I gave to
Okay.
the
Well, let him look at it.
plaintiff.
All right, thanks.
Okay, so what am I seeing here?
Here's the ring.
This is the ring.
It's the ring I gave her. And then the picture is the ring from the previous engagement, and there's a difference. The stone,
There is a difference.
The stone is different, okay?
No, the stone is the same, but the band is different.
No, Your Honor, the stone is the same, the band is different.
Right.
Yeah, sorry. It's different because the stone is a family heirloom. It was my grandmother's stone in her wedding ring, so it was passed down.
So you had enough sense to at least change the setting, but you wanted to keep the diamond.
Yeah, it means a lot to me.
Why are
and my
you
family.
laughing?
You make him out to be an idiot.
No, I'm saying that based on the reaction that I heard from, it was like, oh, no, he didn't. It was one of those sort of things. But as you're explaining it, it
Yes.
makes more sense that
Yes.
you were like, I'm keeping the stone because it has meaning. It's been in our family. But I'm not going to be low-key stupid and not at least change the band to give it a whole different feeling and flavor and texture.
I wanted something that was special to her.
Right.
And I talked to her friends, found out, what she liked, what style of ring she liked.
Oh, see, now you didn't say all that.
Well, Your Honor.
Did he talk to your friends? And did he try to get input and try to create something that was unique to who you are as a person?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. When you initially saw the ring, did you think, this isn't working, or mission accomplished?
Mission accomplished. I loved the ring when I saw it.
Knowing that the stone has been in the family, but that he put it in a different setting still left you a little salty.
Well, Your Honor, he didn't tell me any of this, is my issue. I don't have any issue with the fact that it's a family heirloom or that he used the same stone as with his ex-fiancé. I have an issue with the fact that he didn't tell me any of this. I had to find out through other people.
It wasn't full disclosure.
No, and he lied about it.
Why didn't you say to her, this stone has been in our family and I had it repurposed, but I want you to know that?
I didn't want her to think I was cheap, Your Honor. She already makes more money than me, so...
Is that an issue for you? Yes, it is.
It is.
Because you had to think about it.
Yeah.
Why is that an issue for you?
I don't know.
It's more traditional, like the man should be the breadwinner and
Yeah.
the woman is supposed to stay at home, barefoot, bearing those children, having your cocktail ready when you walk in the door. Is that sort of your thought process?
Not totally, sir.
A little bit.
I'm a little traditional. I won't lie.
Is he?
He is.
You know that.
I do, but
You like that. Yes.
I don't have an issue with it.
That's a yes.
We have gone over the fact that I do make more money than him, and I don't have a problem with it, but he clearly does.
Coming up on America's Court.
I'm showing off the ring. I'm super excited about the ring. And then she makes a comment to me,
Of course she does.
oh, this looks so much better on you.
She don't like you.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. Closed captioning provided by... This is America's Court with Judge Ross. America's Court is back with the case of Sarah Willis, who is suing Miles Collins for the cost of wedding rings.
The deal breaker was the fact that this was a stone in his family that the other woman had a chance to see and receive and then say no. But it sounds to me like the real issue is the lack of transparency.
Exactly.
All right.
And the lies about it.
Well, what was the lie?
Well,
He just
so
didn't disclose that he...
initially...
Did you know that he was previously engaged?
I did, but
Okay.
where the lies
Did you
start...
ask? Well, did you do anything with the ring? Or you're not going to give me the same ring that you gave her? Was that a conversation? Because you had to know. I'm thinking if I'm a woman and a man is proposing to me and I know that the man was previously engaged, even if I'm joking, like, no, don't you dare give me that same ring, or something to that effect, something light, but you understand what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying.
That never came up for you.
No, it didn't. The thought never even crossed my mind that it could be the same ring, to be
Okay.
honest, because he made such...
It's not the same ring. It's the
well,
same
it's
stone.
the same but he made such a big deal about, picking something for me, and it was
He did
going to
that.
be unique for me.
He did that.
But then, at the engagement party...
Okay, let's talk about the engagement party.
His great aunt came up to me, asked to see the ring,
It's always some aunt that has no business being in every... It's like, live your life, It's an A and B conversation. See your way out of it, All up in the Kool-Aid, don't know the flavor. Right? So the aunt comes in, messing up. Go ahead.
I'm showing off the ring. I'm super excited about the ring. And then she makes a comment to me,
Of course she does.
oh, this looks so much better on you.
That was she don't like you.
Well, and then I
Did you hear me?
confronted.
Because who would say that
Right.
in that moment? Girl, he kind of stepped his game up, because when I saw that ring before, it was, come on. That was just foul.
And then when I confronted him,
Yes.
I asked him,
Why
what
would
did
your aunt
she
say
mean
that?
by this? He just dismissed it as, she was just being crazy. That's my crazy great aunt.
You knew what she was talking about.
Yeah.
Why not just say, babe, I got to be honest. This is what the situation was.
I admit I wasn't as forthcoming about that.
Why
as
not? Because in that moment, you're busted.
Yeah. I panicked.
Okay.
I panicked. And
That's fair.
That's
That's honest. Because the panic was what? I don't want to lose her?
Yeah. I love her. Okay? I still love her. Despite all this going on. you know.
And you panicked and said what to her instead?
Oh, it's just that's my aunt. She, you know, she's kind of losing it these days. She doesn't know what she's talking about, you know. I think what happened is she saw the diamond.
See, now you're lying. Before, you just weren't being transparent. You went from lack of transparency to, I did something wrong and I'm busted and I don't want to be busted, so I got to come up with something else. So you just were digging deeper. And that's what sort of ticked you off.
Exactly.
Did you call off the engagement at that point?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No. I decided to give him the benefit of the doubt. You know, I still really loved him.
How grown up of you? Because we are all sitting at the adult table here. There's no kiddie table. All right. So you loved him?
I did.
Still do?
No.
Because?
He completely broke my trust. And there's just no way to rebuild it from now.
Had he ever broken your trust prior?
No. It was...
Is there an opportunity to demonstrate some grace? Or do you feel as though this is a pattern that I just need to nip in the bud now?
I feel that I gave him grace with giving him the benefit of the doubt the first time about the ring. And then about 4 months after that, I started noticing that he was getting a lot of texts from his ex-fiancé. I'll admit, I let my curiosity get the best of me, and one day when he was in the shower, I looked at his phone.
You're like, oh, we're gonna find out what is going on up in here, up in here.
Hacked into my phone.
I did not
Hacked into my phone, sir.
Your Honor, I did not hack into his phone. His phone password is his birthday. It's pretty easy to guess.
So yes, you did hack, but it didn't take much.
I wouldn't call it
Because that's why people have passwords, so other folks can't get the access to their information.
Coming up on America's Court.
She doesn't think I've moved on, but I've moved on.
Your Honor, in his previous text that I saw with her, he said, "You were the love of my life, and now I can't have you. This is me trying to move on."
Were, Your Honor.
Closed captioning provided by... This is America's Court with Judge Ross. America's Court is back with the case of Sarah Willis, who is suing Miles Collins for the cost of wedding rings.
She's on the seas. Why are you still communicating with her? You like that, huh?
I do.
She found out that I had gotten engaged again, and somehow she found out that she saw the ring somehow.
So she reached out to you, or you reached out to her?
She reached out to me and said, "I can't believe you gave the same ring. You're so cheap. You're obviously still not over me." And I am over her. I moved on. She doesn't think I've moved on, but I've moved on.
Your Honor, in his previous text that I saw with her, he said, "You were the love of my life, and now I can't have you. This is me trying to move on."
Were, Your Honor.
So you said that?
Yeah. But that was... She was.
Oh,
Past
man,
tense.
I'm trying to help you here, and you just aren't giving me anything to work with.
She was the love of my life at the time. She left me, and then I found a new one.
But why would you even say that?
That was also a violation of your trust?
Yes, my ex-husband cheated on me.
Okay. If we keep finding ourselves in situations and we're the common denominator, at some point we got to go, why am I attracting this type of person, or why am I interested in this type of person? I'm just throwing it out there. What do you think?
Given my history and given the defendant's knowledge of my history and the fact that he still chose to betray my trust really says something.
You're talking more about him. I'm talking more about you. Bottom line is, you saw these texts. People, when they're snooping, they pretty much know what it is they're already looking for.
Coming up on America's Court.
The feeling is, at this point, you're willing to fight. And so we said, let's ask him some questions and subject him to a lie detector test. And you agreed. Here are the results.
Closed captioning provided by... This is America's Court with Judge Ross. America's Court is back with the case of Sarah Willis, who is suing Miles Collins for the cost of wedding rings.
We're here because not of this ring, but 2 other rings.
So I purchased the wedding bands.
Why?
It's just what we agreed on, that I would purchase the wedding bands and he would be in charge of the engagement ring.
All this happens, you decide you gave him the ring back because clearly he has it.
Yes.
He didn't have possession of the engagement bands, so you kept them.
I tried to resell them because there was no longer a need for them.
Got
and
it.
I was only able to get back half of what I paid for them.
You have
and
proof of that?
I have the evidence of the transactions.
Absolutely, I want to see that. And so the 145106, what's that amount reflect?
So that is the other half of the money.
Okay,
that
so
I
you
did
paid
not
just
get
under
back.
$3,000 for the 2 bands.
Yes.
Oh, the one with the diamonds, is that the man or the woman? Oh, that would be yours.
Yes.
Okay, very nice. That band for him, she has good taste. Okay, you won't be wearing that.
Well,
Anytime soon.
Anytime soon.
we'll see.
And it was a praise. Wait. You said we'll see. You haven't given up?
No.
Good.
I'm not.
Good.
Life is,
Fight for that love. You fight. The feeling is, at this point, you're willing to fight. And so we said, let's ask him some questions and subject him to a lie detector test. And you agreed.
Judge Ross's verdict when America's Court returns. Promotional consideration provided by. This is America's Court with Judge Ross.
Mr. Collins, you were asked 2 questions. The first one was, are you, Miles Collins, still in love with your ex, Robin Carlson? You said no. The lie detector test found deception. The second question, do you, Miles Collins, want to marry and spend the rest of your life with Sarah Willis? He said yes. The lie detector test found no deception. Which begs the question, can you still have feelings for someone you once loved and yet still want to be in love and have a life with someone else? We're here about these rings. And based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, the gavel has to come down in favor of the defendant. Because the understanding was, I buy this ring, you buy these 2. He kept his end of the bargain. He did give you that ring. That was your prerogative. But in terms of whether or not you can meet your burden regarding Mr. Collins, you can't. Your matter's dismissed. Case closed.
All rise.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
Can't believe we got away with it again.
this was rough, but I got what I needed.
Okay, step outside.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.